You're watching CryptoCast Daily, top crypto headlines made simple. Don't forget to like and subscribe for daily updates. Here are the top highlights shaping the crypto market today. Bitcoin crosses $112,000 as traders brace for data week. Rotation lifts Sol, DOGE. Metaplanet to raise $1.4 billion in international share sale, stock jumps 16%. Bitcoin retakes $112,000, Sol hits 7-month high as economists downplay recession fears. Kraken expands tokenized equities platform, xStocks, to European investors. Polymarket's top trader bets on a 50 bits per second Fed rate cut next week. What next as XRP slumps after failed breakout above $3? Asia morning briefing, Bitcoin's calm masks market tension ahead of Fed and CPI. Grayscale seeks SEC nod for Bitcoin Cash and Hedera ETFs. Bitcoin miners surge following Microsoft's $17.4 billion AI bet. Filecoin's Phil Perez gains to trade little changed after testing $2.50 resistance level. Washington's crypto pivot isn't about Silicon Valley. It's about Treasuries. Athena joins race for hyperliquid stablecoin with BlackRock-backed proposal. BNB price rise to $884 short-lived as market sell-off cuts gains. Coinbase enlarges its AI agent-focused crypto micropayments ecosystem. CoreWeave shares gain 4.5% after launch of VC arm targeting AI startups. ICP drops 3% as rally stalls at $5.05 resistance. More than $40 million liquidated as market makers suffer shattering MYX short squeeze. Dems respond to GOP's crypto market structure bill with framework of priorities. Bonk surges 9% as even as memecoin interest shifts to newer tokens. Pepe rallies 10% in a week, outpaces Bitcoin and other major tokens. Stay tuned as we break down the details behind these headlines.
Bitcoin hovered around $111,500 on Monday as traders watched for market indicators.
Ether traded near $4,312, XRP held at $2.96, and Solana climbed to $218.
Dogecoin extended its gains to 24 cents as the first meme coin exchange-traded fund is set to launch in the United States on Thursday.
The market remained cautious.
Bitcoin lagged behind both its peer group and traditional assets like gold and equities last week.
This is due to softer buying in digital asset trusts and reduced activity on centralized exchanges.
The short-term outlook is challenging, and a defensive stance is recommended.
Market analysts suggest watching for compression in digital asset treasury premiums and the risk of negative convexity. Metaplanet, a major Japanese Bitcoin treasury company, plans to raise $1.4 billion through an international share sale.
This move aims to increase its holdings of Bitcoin.
The Tokyo-based company currently holds 20,136 Bitcoin.
This makes it the sixth largest holder among publicly traded companies globally.
The new shares were priced at 553 yen each.
Metaplanet stock surged 16% to 714 yen on Wednesday.
This occurred on record trading volume.
Nakamoto Holdings committed to buy $30 million of the new shares.
Bitcoin reclaimed $112,000, and European stocks rose as analysts downplayed recession fears.
The United States Bureau of Labor Statistics reported significantly fewer jobs added than initially estimated.
This revision initially shook market confidence, causing Bitcoin to drop.
However, some economists believe this data reflects a shift in the labor force rather than a recession indicator.
Michael England of Action Economics suggests the data reveals more about long-term labor force trends.
He points to a shift from net in migration to net out migration in the United States.
This implies slower employment growth moving forward.
Financial markets seem to agree, with Bitcoin and European stocks rising.
Kraken has expanded its tokenized equities platform, xStocks, to European Union clients.
This provides on-chain access to United States equities for investors in the region.
Eligible European investors can now trade tokenized versions of United States stocks and exchange-traded funds.
This can be done directly through the Kraken application.
Mark Greenberg, Kraken's global head of consumer, stated this expansion was a natural next step.
He cited Kraken as dedicated growth strategy and market presence in the European Union.
These tokenized stocks, also known as xStocks, are developed in partnership with Bakkt.
Bakkt is a Swiss fintech firm.
A top Polymarket trader known as Just Waking Up is betting on a 50 basis point Federal Reserve rate cut next week.
This trader, Just Waking Up, boasts nearly $400 million in total trading volume and over $2 million in profit.
They have placed a $15,000 bet on a 50 basis point rate cut to 3.75%.
The market generally anticipates a 25 basis point cut, with a 91% probability according to the CME Fed Watch tool.
However, chances of a 50 basis point cut have increased to almost 10% after Friday's jobs report.
The United States Bureau of Labor Statistics reported a significant downward revision in job numbers.
Traders are now watching Wednesday's Producer Price Index and Thursday's Consumer Price Index data.
Weaker than expected readings could bolster expectations for a larger rate cut, potentially impacting Bitcoin and stock prices.
XRP struggled to stay above $3 on September 9th and 10th.
Heavy institutional selling erased early gains.
Despite reaching $3.35, the asset fell back to $2.94.
This indicates resistance near $3.02.
The Federal Reserve is expected to deliver a rate cut on September 17th.
This is seen as a potential boost for risk assets like XRP.
6 XRP spot exchange-traded fund applications await review in October.
Traders view these decisions as crucial for institutional adoption.
Bitcoin is currently near $111,000 with low volatility.
This calm often precedes significant market movements.
Traders are focused on United States inflation data and the Federal Reserve rate decision.
Prediction markets favor a rate cut.
Polymarket bettors see an 82% chance of a 25 basis point cut on September 17.
October expectations are divided between another cut or a pause.
This uncertainty contributes to potential volatility.
Gracie Lin, OKX Singapore Chief Executive Officer, notes this calm may precede a decisive move.
Grayscale filed paperwork with the Securities and Exchange Commission for 3 crypto exchange-traded funds.
This move expands their potential offerings as issuers seek regulatory approval.
Grayscale submitted an S1 registration for a Litecoin exchange-traded fund.
They also filed S3 filings for exchange-traded funds tied to Bitcoin Cash and Hedera.
If approved, these would join existing spot Bitcoin and Ether exchange-traded funds launched last year.
These filings show Grayscale is pushing to diversify its crypto-linked investments.
Regulators are still deciding how much to allow these funds.
Other issuers like Fidelity and VanEck have also proposed digital asset funds.
Crypto mining stocks jumped after Nebius Group announced a 5-year agreement to supply Microsoft with graphic processing units.
The deal is valued at $17.4 billion.
This agreement aims to bolster Microsoft's artificial intelligence infrastructure.
It sparked investor enthusiasm for companies with large-scale computing power, including Bitcoin miners.
Bitcoin itself declined by about 1% to $111,100 over the past 24 hours.
This contrast shows how investor attention is shifting towards the role mining infrastructure could play in the artificial intelligence boom.
Bitfarms led the rally with a 22% gain, while Cipher Mining rose 20%.
Other companies like Hut8, Riot Platforms, and TerraWolf were up by mid-teen percentages.
Filecoin traded little changed over the last 24 hours.
The shares traded in a $0.08 range, representing 3.3% volatility.
This volatility occurred between $2.41 and $2.50.
The digital asset initially retreated from $2.44.
It tested institutional support levels near $2.41 and $2.42 during overnight trading.
A sustained rally reached $2.50 during the morning hours.
Selling pressure emerged at the $2.50 resistance level.
Institutional volume reached 4.7 million tokens at this level.
America's debt problem is a key driver of Washington's crypto policies.
It is not just about how much the United States owes but also who is buying the debt.
Foreign buyers of United States Treasuries are reducing their holdings.
This makes stablecoins a potentially important new source of demand.
Stablecoins pegged to the dollar are a fast-growing source of United States debt demand.
For every dollar deposited into stablecoins, roughly 90 cents flows into Treasuries.
This is much higher than the 11% from bank deposits.
This makes stablecoins an efficient channel for Treasury demand. Athena submitted a proposal to issue Hyperliquid's new stablecoin.
This adds them to a competition that includes companies like Paxos, Sky, Frax, and Agora.
The stablecoin would be backed by Athena's USDTB.
USDTB is issued with Anchorage Digital and backed by BlackRock and securitizes BUIDL.
BlackRock's head of digital assets expressed excitement about offering institutional-grade cash management and on-chain liquidity.
Athena pledged that 95% of net revenue from USDH reserves would go back to Hyperliquid.
They also offered to cover the costs of migrating existing USDC trading pairs to USDH.
Hyperliquid processed almost $400 billion in trading volume last month, making it a desirable market. Binance Coin swung sharply between gains and losses in a volatile 24-hour stretch.
The token dropped to an $872 low earlier before rallying to $884.
Then it saw a sharp reversal wipe out those gains.
The initial drop took Binance Coin from around $880.50 to a low of $871.99.
From there, the token staged a comeback, peaking near $884.60.
Selling pressure brought it back down to its current level at $873.60.
That rebound came on a wave of trading activity with volume spiking to nearly 60,000 tokens.
This was particularly around $876, a level that acted as key support during the session.
Coinbase is developing a new ecosystem that connects stablecoin micropayments with artificial intelligence.
This builds on their open-source payment protocol, X402, which allows for instant stablecoin payments online.
Coinbase engineers have added a discovery layer for artificial intelligence agents called X402 Bazaar.
This bazaar is similar to a search engine specifically designed for these agents.
This is important because it unlocks new possibilities in agentic commerce.
Agentic commerce involves humans setting preferences for artificial intelligence agents to shop for them.
The marketplace for artificial intelligence agents is potentially much larger than the human marketplace, according to Eric Reppel, head of engineering at Coinbase developer platform.
He refers to the problem being solved as pay-per-crawl, similar to paywalls for data scrapers.
CoreWeave shares rose by as much as 9% on Monday morning.
This followed the company announcing its launch of a venture capital arm focused on early-stage artificial intelligence startups.
The stock was higher by 4.5% as midday United States hours approached.
The new fund, called CoreWeave Ventures, will focus on investing in startups building tools, infrastructure, or applications for artificial intelligence.
The company did not disclose how much capital would be committed.
However, it framed the effort as an extension of its broader mission to support high-performance computing for machine learning and generative artificial intelligence.
CoreWeave specializes in cloud computing optimized for artificial intelligence workloads.
It offers access to NVIDIA GPUs and fast storage to clients ranging from large enterprises to research laboratories.
Internet Computer Protocol experienced price fluctuations within a 4% range over the past 24 hours.
The token initially found support at $4.83.
It then rallied to $5.05 before declining.
This confirmed $4.83 as a key accumulation zone with increased trading volume.
The rally stalled at $5.05 due to selling pressure.
The price dropped to $4.93 within minutes.
Internet Computer Protocol is currently trading just below $4.90.
This represents a 3% drop from its intraday high.
Market makers suffered losses exceeding $40 million in liquidations related to MYX Finance.
This occurred as the token price surged from 10 cents to $16 over the past 60 days.
Crypto analyst Skew noted on X that MYX initially traded between $2 and $4.
However, a targeted short squeeze propelled the price from $4 to $8.
Skew suggested a liquidity provider or market maker likely experienced significant losses due to the rapid price movement and subsequent liquidations.
MYX Finance is a decentralized exchange with a total value locked of $55 million and $5 million in open interest.
This is considerably smaller than Hyperliquid, which boasts $712 million and $12.8 billion respectively.
Despite this, MYX has a fully diluted value of $17.7 billion, rivaling Hype's market capitalization of $17.5 billion.
Senate Democrats have unveiled their framework for market structure legislation.
This framework addresses how cryptocurrencies fit into current and future United States regulatory frameworks.
It also addresses how the Securities and Exchange Commission and Commodity Futures Trading Commission should oversee the digital asset sector.
The framework includes 7 key pillars.
These pillars call for fair regulation to protect consumers and investors.
They also define how digital assets fit into different regulators' jurisdictions.
And they aim to prevent corruption and abuse.
The framework emphasizes the need to close gaps in the spot market for cryptocurrencies that are not securities.
Bonk rallied more than 9% in the last 24 hours, from $0.000022 to $0.000024.
Trading volume exceeded 1.2 trillion tokens during rebound attempts at 0600 and 0700 UTC.
This underscores strong short-term demand for the token.
The rally met resistance at $0.000024, confirming this level as a near-term ceiling.
Support developed around $0.000023 as bulls pressed higher.
Between 11:53 and 12:52 UTC, BONK declined 1.14%, from $0.00002345.9 to $0.00002319.
This erased part of the earlier rally, leaving the token consolidating above support.
This performance comes amid shifting dynamics in the meme coin sector. The meme cryptocurrency Pepe rose more than 4% over the last 24 hours.
It is up nearly 10% over the past week.
This surge comes amid renewed interest in meme tokens.
The CoinDesk Memecoin Index rose more than 11% over the past week.
This outperformed Bitcoin as 1.4% move.
Pepe rallied from 0.00001013 to 0.00001074.
This set a new short-term resistance near 0.00001082.
Trading activity spiked significantly, with over 5.89 trillion Pepe tokens changing hands. That's a wrap on this episode of CryptoCast Daily. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next time with more market updates, bold predictions, and fearless crypto insights.